Just had my hamburger. It was terrific, all-American food. And we're going to compare a single magnet magnetic antenna with a multi-magnet magnetic antenna. And we're also going to see how we tune manually tune MFJ 1699S, which you've seen in other videos, but I'm using two of them because I'm planning a travel. And as you know, when you travel, you gotta be prepared for inevitabilities. So I'm getting two antennas ready for the trip. So with that, on a beautiful weekend afternoon, let's see what we can do. So here is the MFJ base with a single magnet. You can see that it's much smaller grounding space for the antenna to be grounded to the car. I left them both in more or less equidistance from the center, so they don't interfere with each other. And I also want to point out, I love MFJ's product, but they have a little bit of a structural integrity risk. When those cables see some action, especially while driving, they tend to tear. So I always reinforce them with some electric tape or some other tape. I also want to show you from here, the way I plan to work is to have this coax switch here. This one will be the three magnet base, and this will be the two magnet base. This is a separate base that's not going to be used in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a single band, even a single QSO, and then provide and then see if I can use the lesser antenna and get the same thing. Talking about the trip, I would like to point you out to this little contraption of mine. Let's take it to a nice place where you can see it. So this is a see-through excuse me plastic glass pipe that I bought online. Cost about $7. I closed it on one side and I left it semi-open or openable on the other side. This is a great way to travel with an antenna because TSA can see what it is. Nobody gets nervous. They don't have to open anything. They can just see it. If they want to open it, of course they'll be able to open it. Right now it's loose, so you can see items are shaking it. But before the travel, I will put some newspapers or something that will hold it in place. I may even tape it, we'll see. But I'm trying as best as I can to avoid the antennas being inspected. I once had an end-fed antenna being dismantled by TSA because they wanted to see what's in the box. And all they could see is a bunch of wires. So this is my new contraption for antennas. So this is a 20-meter setting. The instructions call for 17.25 to be to have the whip length. Notice that I'm starting to count from the base, not including the screw. This is not relevant for marking on the antenna, but it is relevant for tuning it. So I'm doing that. The other little trick I have is the hex key that comes with the antenna. I attach to the cable, so when I need to retune it, I have a hex key at the ready. So now we're going to see if that works on 20 meters. We'll see what happens. Well, I just want to congratulate myself. This is the first time I tuned it manually. I moved a band to FM, let me move it to FM. It's at 100 watts from an antenna, from a battery. Let's take a look at the SWR, and it's practically zero. Let's take a look at the power, and it's practically max. So the antenna tunes manually at the first time. This is actually the first time it happened to me, and I'm very satisfied about that. In any event, we're going to now try to use two antennas and see what results we're going to get on 20 meters. So I'm actually back at the house. It's already 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night. I was working for about 2.5 hours. The two antennas that you can see behind me worked very well. There's really not a big difference between them. If anything, the single magnet somehow performed better. It kind of makes sense because it's just the space of the car that's going to provide the ground. The number of contact points is sort of irrelevant, but it was a good measure of how well they work. And the conditions were great until about 7 p.m. and then they dropped precipitously. And between 7 and 8 p.m. I was sort of more in the listening mode. I became an SWL station because nobody could hear me. Tomorrow I'm going to take out the YP1 antenna, which is a portable Yagi, and try that. But that's for another video. For now, I say thank you, and hopefully we can catch you on the log. K2 EFG 73. Take care, everybody. Hello, here's K2 EFG on a wonderful